Chapter 13, Lecture Review on the Basics of Electricity. Many services are offered as a cosmetologist in the salon, but you must have access and knowledge of electricity. Electricity is the movement of electrons from one atom to another along a conductor. When in motion, electricity exhibits magnetic, chemical, and thermal effects. The electric current is the flow of electricity along a conductor. The conductor is the material that conducts the electricity, such as metal. A non-conductor does not conduct electricity. This is usually rubber, steel, wood, glass, or cement. There are different types of electric current. You have direct current, DC, which is constant, even flowing, and currently going in one direction. Inverter is the apparatus that charges direct current to alternating current. Then we have alternating current, AC. It's rapid, interrupted current changing directions. A rectifier is an apparatus that changes alternating current into direct current. There are electrical measurements. A volt uses pressure. Ampere measures strength. Milliampere is 1/1000th of an ampere. An ohm measures resistance. A watt measures in energy that is used in 1 second, and a kilowatt equals 1000 watts. All electrical equipment should be inspected regularly to determine whether it is safe and in working order. Careless electrical connections and overload circuits can result in an electrical shock, a burn, or even a serious fire. Safety devices that we see often are fuses and circuit breakers. Grounding completes an electric current and carries the current safely away. A ground fault interrupter is designed to protect from electrical shock by interrupting a household current when there is a leak in the circuit. There are several guidelines that you should follow with safe use of electrical equipment. All electrical appliances you use should be UL certified. Read all instructions carefully before using any piece of electrical equipment. Disconnect all appliances when not in use. Pull on the plug, not on the cord, to disconnect, and inspect all electrical equipment regularly. Keep all wires, plugs, and electrical equipment in good repair. Use only one plug-in each outlet. Avoid contact with water and metal surfaces when using electricity, and keep your electrical cords off the floor and away from everyone's feet. Do not leave your client unattended while the client is connected to an electrical device. Do not attempt to clean around electrical outlets while equipment is plugged in. Do not touch two metal objects at the same time if either is connected to an electrical current. Do not step on or place objects on electrical cords. Do not allow electrical cords to become twisted. This can cause a short circuit. And do not attempt to repair electrical appliances on your own. Electrotherapy is the use of electrical current to treat the skin. We have an electrode, which is a probe. It's an apparatus that conducts electrical current from the machine to the client's skin. We have polarity, which is positive and negative state of electricity current. Electrotherapy devices have a negatively charged pole and a positively charged pole. Polarity is either a positive or a negative pole. Anoid, which is red, is marked with a P for plus sign. Negative pole is a cathode, which is black, and it is marked with an N or a minus sign. We have galvanic current, microcurrent, and Tesla high-frequency current. Galvanic current is a constant direct current having a positive and negative pole and producing chemical changes when it passes through the tissue and fluids of the body. Produces two actions. Active electrode on areas to be treated, the inactive electrode opposite from active electrode. Galvanic current also has isotophoresis, a process of introducing water-soluble products in the skin with the use of electric current. Cataphoresis forces acidic substances into deeper tissue from positive towards negative poles. Anaphoresis forces liquids into tissues from negative position towards positive pole. And disincrustation is used to soften and emulsify great deposits of hair follicles and pores. Microcurrent is an extremely low level of electricity that mirrors the body's natural electrical impulses, and it can be used for anaphoresis, firming, toning, and soothing skin. There are benefits to microcurrent. It improves blood and lymph circulation. It produces acidic and alkaline reaction. It opens and closes hair follicles and pores. It increases muscle tone. It also restores elasticity, reduces redness and inflammation, minimizes healing time for acne lesions, improves the natural protective barrier of the skin, and increases metabolism. Tesla high-frequency current is characterized by a high rate of oscillation or vibration. It's used for scalp and facial treatments to treat thinning hair, itchy scalp, excessively oily or dry skin and scalp. It's primarily heat-producing. It is stimulating and soothing depending on the method and is usually made from glass or metal. The Tesla current benefits also include stimulates the blood circulation, increases elimination and absorption, increases skin metabolism, improves germicidal action, and relieves skin congestion. Different types of electrical equipment that we use are hood dryers and heat lamps, ionic hair dryers and irons, curling and flat irons, heating caps, processing and accelerating machines, steamers and vaporizers, and light therapy equipment. Electromagnetic spectrum is the name given to all forms of energy. A wavelength is the distance between successive peaks of electromagnetic wave. Long wavelengths have a low frequency, short wavelengths have a higher frequency. Waveform is the measurement of the distance between two wavelengths. Then we have the visible spectrum of light, the part of the electromagnetic spectrum that can be seen. Visible light makes up only 35% of natural sunlight. Violet has the shortest wavelength, red has the longest wavelength. Infrared is just below red, ultraviolet is just above violet. Make sure to look in your book at the visible spectrum of light. Invisible light is light at either end of the visible spectrum of light that is visible to the naked eye. Before the visible violet light of the spectrum is ultraviolet, the shortest and least penetrating light of the spectrum. Beyond visible red light is infrared, which produces heat. Then we have our ultraviolet UV light. Ultraviolet UV light is invisible. It has short wavelengths for higher energy, less penetrating than visible light, accelerates chemical reactions, produces less heat than visible light, and kills some germs. Different types of UV light, we have UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVA has the longest wavelength of the UV light spectrum, penetrates the dermis, and damages collagen and elastin. This is called aging light, UVA aging. UVB, often called the burning light, is frequently associated with sunburns. So UVB is burning rays. UVC is blocked out by the ozone layer. Infrared light is used mainly for color conditioning treatments and to process color. It has longer wavelengths, it penetrates deeply, it makes up 60% of the natural sunlight, It's used to warm the muscles, and it can diminish signs of aging. Light versus heat and energy, we have catalysts, which are used to speed up chemical reaction. Some uses heat and absorbs energy like a battery. They pass the energy to an inhibitor and reaction begins. Light therapy, also known as phototherapy, is the application of light rays to skin for hair removal and treatment of wrinkles, capillaries, and pigmentation. Then there's also lasers. Photothermolysis turns light from laser into heat. It can remove blood vessels and tattoos, can disable hair follicles, and can eliminate some wrinkles. The laser works by means of a medium solid liquid gas or semiconductor. Medium emits light when stimulated by power. Its reflective surfaces in the chamber create light, and light passes back and forth and gains energy. A medical device used to reduce acne, increase blood circulation, and improve collagen content in the skin is what we call LED light. The effects of LED releases light onto the skin, stimulates specific responses at precise depths of skin tissue. It seeks chromophore, which is a color component within skin, such as blood or melanin, and the tissue depth triggers a reaction such as stimulating circulation or reducing bacteria. We also have intense pulse lights. These devices are the devices that use multiple colors of wavelengths, broad spectrum of focused light to treat spider veins, hyperpigmentation, rosacea, redness, wrinkles, enlarged hair follicles and pores, and excessive hair. Treatments are provided under the supervision of a physician. Because many of the devices and pieces of equipment we use in the beauty industry are electrical, it's important to have a general understanding of the basics of electricity. We cannot perform various skincare treatments safely and effectively without understanding which form of electrical current will give the best result for the desired service.